Many Face Publishing. What's happening, people? You know, just a quick reminder, man. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Vote, you know what I'm saying? One of the things that you might want to hear some pushback on, right, is, I think I spoke about this in several other videos to myself, but I like to talk about Trump just as quick, you know what I'm saying? Trump and his immunity, that he says, I'm going to give police full immunity, right? To just do their job with no consequences, right? Just got to stop, man. You're giving, this is what's going to stop or maybe have some brothers and sisters hesitant to want to vote, because that's going to directly affect our community. It's going to hurt our community more because we're the ones that's going to be targeted. They're not going to go into Beverly Hills and do that. They're not going to go into Riverdale in a, you know what I'm saying, hefty or white neighborhood and do that. That's going to get done to our people. And this is why I always talk about where's our reparations, man? Because we are still, to this day, the targets of police brutality, racial profiling. We just saw what happened to Tyreek Hill. And like he said, imagine if he wasn't Tyreek Hill. Imagine if he wasn't a football player and guys got out and was like, nah, you're not doing that. Or I'm not leaving until, I would have ended bad for him probably. You know what I'm saying? If he was just a regular Joe like me, he'd have probably went to jail, man. You know, the fact that, we pay taxes, right? The fact that their job is supposed to be, to protect and serve our needs, right? Protect your community, or serve the community, things like that, Why we gotta bend over backwards when they come around? We gotta teach our kids, especially as brothers, just follow along with them, just respect them. Motherfucker, we paying tax-paying dollars to be safe. You know what I'm saying? Like, politicians don't gotta do that with their security. Police is supposed to be the security of the citizens, right? I don't see politicians and rich people that hire security doing that. They tell the security what to do, where to be at, and the security, obliges, right? When it comes to citizens, right? And even in some certain, white neighborhoods, police can abuse their power, right? They tell you how they talk to you all crazy. You gotta talk to them with manners and respect, but they're allowed to talk to you crazy. This just doesn't make any sense, man. This is backwards, thinking. And I'm not against police. I think they should do their job. Sometimes their job is tough, but this is, as a growing up in the hood, right? When police came, you got the fuck up out of there. It was because we were always often the target of racial profiling, just because of the neighborhoods we're from and the color of our skin. So we're gonna get thrown on the wall, we're gonna get abused. These are things that's gonna happen. That was gonna happen to you. You're gonna probably get beat up if you ran, or beat up just because you asking the question. You're getting talked to and yelled at. You respect me. Like, why do we gotta bend over backwards like that? And I'm not saying citizens should just disrespect these people. We supposed to be all treating each other like human beings, man. Not abusing your power. So when you hear a guy like Trump, speak like, I'm gonna give him full immunity, and it doesn't affect him. It affects people like me and our kids. Give them full immunity. They feel like, some of it gets to some of the heads. Not all police are like that, but sometimes it gets to some ones that already have an agenda. It's in their mind, hey, I can do whatever I want, and there'll be no consequences. Or what I'm gonna do, get written up, or they're not gonna, there's no consequences behind the shit. They should be prosecuted federally. Every crime that has anything to do with cops, it should be, like, the Fed should oversee that, man. And, like, somebody needs to Because I don't like Kamala either. I'm not a Kamala fan, and I'm definitely not advocating for no Democrats either. I'm just giving people something to think about. Why aren't, you know what I'm saying, we need more pushback on what he means by that. What do you mean by full immunity? Do you know what the community is going to affect? And as our people too, we got responsibilities in this because our community is fucked up, man. We do a lot of foul stuff in our community. You're robbing each other. There's gang violence out here. There's drugs going on out here, stuff like that. Domestic violence. There's a lot of stuff going on, in our community. So our responsibility is to, try to change from within. But at the same time, you can't say you're going to give the cops a green light to just do whatever, because now it's not about the job like that. Your job is not to just have a green light to run amok and throw people around and just feel like you can just do whatever you want. That's not your job. Your job is supposed to protect and serve the people, no matter what color they are or whatever. But because we had to go through these Jim Crow era segregation, because we had to go through racial inequality, all of these things that we had to go through, the obstacles that we had to fight just to try to get some type of level playing field. We always fall behind on the totem pole, so we're always the targets. We were always the targets, man. You know what I'm saying? The less fortunate are always going to be the targets when it comes to laws. You know what I'm saying? Because we're the ones that's, 9 out of 10 going to break them because the laws are not applying really for our benefit. But, I'm not making excuses for our community. Like I said, our community has to do better. Me as a human being, I have to do better every day. I have to control myself, because I used to be just like one of them knuckleheads out in the street. But I had to wake up and I had to realize, man, hey, this is bigger than you. You have kids, you have a mother, you have, family, a wife. You can't be sitting in jail or in a morgue. You know what I'm saying? Then who's going to provide for your family? If I'm in jail, who's going to provide for my family? Who's going to get up in the morning, take these kids to school, help my wife with certain things around the house, help with the bills? Who's going to do that? Another nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. So, who's going to help my mom get buried and make sure she has a proper burial? Make sure that when she goes to the hospital or whatever, somebody's, here to oversee what's going on and make sure she's not getting done dirty. Who's going to be there for that? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I had to wake up myself and I had to realize, this is bigger than me. So when I make certain decisions and I choose to stay out the streets and I choose to go a different route, you still got some people that get mad at you over that. You ain't do that. Man, y'all don't understand. I'm not thinking about me. I'm thinking about my little ones that are dependent on me. I think about other people that depend on me, like, that are immediate to me, which is your family. In the Quran, the law says, save yourself and your family first. So if I can't do that, what am I doing, with everybody else, man? Well, people will get mad at you because, you turn a different leaf, or you're not moving the way you used to move, or you don't hang out no more, or you ain't doing this no more, or I know you don't want to do, like, come on, man. I'm just trying to live my life and be out here for, my loved ones, man, that I know need me the most. So if I gotta humble myself to stay off the streets and humble myself to not be hanging out all types of night every weekend, knowing that, I'm putting myself at risk anytime I do that. And I'm not saying you can't hang out and chill or whatever, but I'm not putting myself at risk to do that every weekend. Like, once in a while, cool, no problem. But, to do that shit all the time, come on, man. I had to wake up. Like, come on, that's being selfish. But that was my reasoning for, trying to turn myself around. And at any given time, I could be back in the joint. Any given time, man. So none of us is immune to anything. But the point, I got a little bit off topic, but the point I was trying to make is, man, we need some explanation on what he means by full immunity, man. because that's dangerous rhetoric, man. And this is what this is what gives people reasons not to want to vote for you, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is this full immunity to police? Like, they're not going to be held accountable, so they can shoot somebody and walk away, and they know they're not getting held accountable. It's bad enough if they barely get held accountable now. You have to make videos. You have to, if it's not a video showing what they did or recording what they're saying, like the judge in Detroit who was saying certain things about, saying that black people from different countries come over here and they find success and they work, and then the black people here are just fucking lazy. That's not true. Like I said in my last video, these people that come over from these other countries, most of them are legal now, but a lot of them came the right way. They got things presented to them so that they knew what benefits they had and didn't. We're not getting that presented to us. Even though it might be there, we gotta find it. A lot of us don't know how to find that stuff, so a lot of us don't even know that stuff exists. A lot of us didn't know a lot of that stuff exists. We start seeing other people getting benefits, and they be like, damn, are they getting this? Oh, we could have gotten that. And then when we go apply for these things, credit checks, all this other shit, that knowing that most of us have bad credit, so we don't get those types of benefits and things like that. So, it's you can't really say that, but being that that judge said that she was removed, because she had other issues going on aside the racial rant that she went on, I don't really know if it was a real racial rant like that, but it was just some disparaging things and her tone, and that's unacceptable from a judge, so it takes video recordings and audio recordings to get these people removed, because remember, before that, and before body cam or before cell phone and everybody video and everything, they was getting away with murder. Now they can't get away with it. Oh, we don't want to do our jobs, and we can't do our job. Like, that's not how you do your job, man. Just being aggressive, and then we gotta bow down to you. Meanwhile, our taxpayer dollars, we're paying taxpayer dollars, not just saying all the taxpayer dollars go to that. I'm sure some percentage goes to it, but we're citizens. We're taxpaying citizens here, man. You know what I'm saying? We deserve some respect too. Like, we should be talked to with respect. Same way how security would talk to with respect to a congresswoman or Senate person in the Senate, a senator. You know what I'm saying? Like, or you would talk to your CEO if he was a security. Like, we don't get talked to. We gotta be the ones that humble and buck down. Black people gotta teach their kids to just obey and do what they're saying. And come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, we getting pulled over for dumbest shit just because we black. You know what I'm saying? But aside that, our community gotta do better, man. Like I said, we owe to our kids and the people that came before us, man, that fought for a lot of rights that we have, man, and things like that. And we owe that to them, man. We can't keep doing what we doing, man. Like I said, I had to wake up, and hopefully a lot of other people wake up as well, man. But we need some pushback on Trump with that, man. Like, what do you mean by full immunity, and how does that affect the urban community? Like, you know what I'm saying? How you know what I'm saying? You know how that would affect the urban community? Do you know that the urban community is constantly being racially profiled, even when they're outside of the urban community, just because you look a certain way? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that all cops do that, but it happens, and we saw it just happen in Tyreek Hill. Now, we don't know what took place, why the officer was so aggressive, they say, but it's a traffic violation, man. Like, come on. But we don't know what happened, so, but it's still no reason to be throwing them on the ground and putting your knee in. That's abuse of authority, man. Because you wouldn't do that to me if you didn't have that badge. Right? So, we just need answers from Mr. Trump, man. What do you mean by full immunity, man? What do you mean, man? I'm out, man. Many Face Publishing, man. Peace.